Welcome to Backroads Living. My wife and I started prepping just a few months ago. Prior to that, we had never really considered prepping. We would have a few things put back along. We always had extra cans of food or extra cans of peanut butter or, just a few things like that along. I guess like everybody else, we had enough food to do 3 or 4 days if something happened. And we'd never really considered anything happening because just like most people in the United States of America, we've been so accustomed to everything being at our fingertips for so many years that we've never really worried about it. But now this past spring, when the flu epidemic hit and people panicked, all this news came out that it was going to kill everybody in the world and all this stuff. Man, they cleaned the shelves out at the grocery store and at Walmart's and any place that sold groceries, toilet papers, paper towels, hand sanitizers, all that kind of stuff, cleaning stuff. The shelves just disappeared off the shelves. Well, that woke us up. That made us start thinking, and we began to do researching. And a few months ago, a couple of years ago, we had our cable turned off from our TV. We no longer watch mainstream news and haven't for a long time. But we began to research what was going on, excuse me, here in America and in the countries around us. That opened our eyes to a lot of things. Now, there's been a lot of things happen since then, and the latest thing that we have seen is that Australia is saying that they're going to be out of rice by the end of the year. That's for a country. That's not just for a town like Melbourne or some of these other cities. That's the country of Australia is going to be out of rice by the end of the year. They've been trying to get rice imported from Vietnam, and who knows if they'll get it or not. Vietnam has had droughts. They had ceased their imports to other countries as far as the rice was concerned. China is flooding. Their rice crops are being destroyed just daily with all the rains and floods they're getting. A lot of things going on. So as we begin to watch these things and the things that's happened prior to this, we began to realize that we can really be fragile here in the United States. I know a lot of people don't like to think that, but it's the truth. Back during this time, also the food supply chains were affected. Many warehouses shut down, processing plants shut down, and meat prices soared. Doubled actually, where we were buying our foods at. The meat prices had doubled during that time. They've come back down some now. Some of it's back to about regular price what it was before that. But all the processing plants aren't back up and running full steam yet, and I really don't think they ever will. And with what's coming up with this presidential election, I think we're going to be running into more trouble. But that aside, let's look at Dollar Tree. That's what we wanted to talk about. I did a video it's been about a week ago on our second trip to the Dollar Tree, round 2, I think is what it was called. And the audio on it was horrible, and I apologize for that. I don't know really everything that took place to make it like that. I adjusted things and sorted things on my phone and on the video, and then on the software I adjusted things because there was some background noise, and I think I just made it worse. Yeah, that's what I did. It was all me, I'm sure. But anyway, let's get into it. Dollar Tree prepping, round 2. One of the things we found there is this jasmine rice. Now, we love rice. We eat rice a lot with chicken and soups and things like that. You can make a lot of meals with rice. This jasmine rice is one of those things that the Dollar Tree doesn't get in just every week. A lot of you that shop the Dollar Tree like we do, you'll know that they get in certain things or certain brands, and then when it's sold out, they may not ever get it back in again, or it may be months before they get it back in again. You'll have to pardon our dogs. And the other rice that we picked up there was just a long grain of white rice, and as you can see, I've already vacuum sealed it since the last video. We do vacuum seal our rice, we vacuum seal our beans, we vacuum seal our flour and meal to preserve the life of them, and it makes them last a long, long time. But these are two of the things we picked up in rice in our last trip. They also have brown rice. We didn't get any of this last time. Another thing we picked up was this bag of lentils. We got 2 or 3 bags of lentils, and these are great with soups and things like that. And we're going to vacuum seal these. I just haven't got around to it yet, but I will. These will be vacuum sealed, and they'll make them last for years past their expiration date. And all this stuff had good expiration dates on it, by the way. When we go shopping, and I hope you do too, we look at the expiration dates, and we try to find the things with the dates that have the longest expiration date out on them, so that it stays fresh the longest. And of course, then we rotate what we purchase, and we use up the oldest first. And a lot of this stuff that you purchase, and this is something we'll talk about at another time, is just because it has a best by date, that doesn't mean that it's not good a year later. We're eating peanut butter right now that's outdated a year that we just opened, and it tastes as fresh and as good as it did on the best by date. So that being said, there's a lot of stuff out there you can do that with. Another thing we bought was this instant lunch chicken flavored. It comes in a 3-pack of these ramen noodles, and they're really good. We like these. There's a lot of ways to make these. I did a video on one of the beef ramen noodles that I made, and I used some garlic with it and put some mushrooms in with it and a couple other things, and it ended up being really good. A lot of ways you can make this stuff, so keep that in mind. This is cheap, very inexpensive. You know, there's 3 of them here for $1, 33.5 cents a piece. For a cup of that, that's 3 meals right there for $1. So that's hard to beat. I know it's not real nutritional, but if you get hungry, it'll fill your belly. And you know, we don't know what's coming, so try to keep stuff put back for things like that, for fill-ins. Everything we've got is not going to be nutritional and full of good nutrition and protein and stuff for us, but sometimes we just need to put stuff back that in a hard time or a hard pinch, it'll be something to fill our stomachs. And that's one of the things that'll do that. The next thing we bought was a elbow macaroni. This was dated out, I think, 2/20 February of this year. But you know what? Once this is vacuum sealed, it'll be good for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Who knows how long this stuff lasts? Pasta lasts forever when it's vacuum sealed. So you can get macaronis, all kinds of macaronis at the Dollar Tree, and it's all $1. So you know, you can't beat that. You can't beat those kind of prices, and these things are filling. Macaroni's filling. It'll fill you up when you have a meal of it. Other things to consider to get at the Dollar Tree are spices and things that work well with foods to make them taste better. You know, if you got into a situation that you couldn't get out of the house to grocery shop for a while, and you had to eat a lot of beans and rice and pastas, you need to be able to mix it up a little. Eating the same thing day after day after day becomes like eating cardboard after a while. So you need to be able to mix it up and flavor it a little. One of the things we enjoy from there is these mushrooms. We get a jar of mushrooms like this for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Everything's $1. Got the jar of mushrooms. Go through these kind of quick. We get this minced garlic. You can throw this in a skillet with a little pat of butter for about 2 minutes, and man, it is so good, and the smell and flavor is delicious. I used that in the ramen noodle. You can also find garlic salt in these large containers. That's one thing about the Dollar Tree. Sometimes they don't have the larger containers, and sometimes they do. So we try to find them and pick them up when they've got the large containers, and buy 3 or 4 of them when they've got that. And just like the onion powder here, see, it's smaller. So I ended up getting about 4 of those, I think. Love onion powder in foods. We just used it yesterday, actually. Another thing that we pick up there is poultry season for chicken. This really flavors your chicken really well. We use it when we fry chicken, especially. We really like it in fried chicken. And these other spices I've been showing you here are things you can add, like if you're doing an Instapot or a crock pot with chicken or meat or whatever. You can just add it right into your pot, and it makes it so much better. Lemon pepper. Now, I'm not a big fan of lemon pepper, but our son is. He loves lemon pepper. So we pick up, 3 or 4 of these just about any time we go there. They last a long time. All these spices do. They're all dated out. Let's see what this one was dated out to, if I can see it here. This one was dated out to 11/22. So that's, a year or so out. Another thing we picked up there is, what is this right here? Coarse sea salt. This is dated out as far more. I don't remember where the date on it was. Right here it is. 10/28/22. So, but this will last much, much longer than that, because we'll take this, once we open it, we'll, don't have to worry about this lasting that long. We'll use it. Sea salt, you can use sea salt for many things. You can use sea salt for cleaning cast iron, spots out of cast iron. You can use sea salt for salt baths. You can use it for cooking. It has less sodium than normal salt, so it's actually healthier for you than normal salt. So sea salt, that's another good thing right there. Lots of uses for sea salt. If you look it up online, you'll be pleasantly surprised with it, I think. Another thing we pick up there is just instant coffee. Coffee lasts forever. It's another one of those things that has a shelf life of years and years. So, put this up, never open it, and it'll be good for who knows how long. People drink coffee that's been sealed for years. The next thing we found, and this was something that I love. Now, I tried some peanuts from there before that I didn't much like. We got them in a jar, and I can't remember I don't remember if it's honey roasted. I think it might have been honey roasted, but I didn't much like their peanuts then. But we found these planters up there this last trip and got some of these, and man, these are good. These are really, really good peanuts. When you're picking this stuff up, it's something that from time to time you're going to need a little comfort food. Okay, think of that along. And if you can, if you can pick up a pack of nuts, or if you can pick up like these mints will last a long time. If you can pick up some mints, once you open these, drop them down in a Ziploc bag, and if you're not going to eat most of them at one setting like we do, put them down in a Ziploc bag and sell them in a Ziploc bag. And you can take a straw and suck most of the air out of a Ziploc bag if you're wanting to get the air out of it and make your stuff last longer. But these are really good. They last a long time also. I think these had like a 2022 date or something on them. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a good long date. I'd tell you if I could spot it right here, but I don't see it. The next thing we found, and this is one of those things that they don't, this right here, they don't get these in often. I found these at a Dollar Tree outside of our city in another town. And every time I go there, I pick up a handful of them because I've not seen them in our local Dollar Tree. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes these Dollar Trees have this stuff, and sometimes they don't. The next thing was the Chex Mix. Sometimes you'll find this, sometimes you won't. But these are delicious, and these are large bags of Chex Mix, and they're dated out to 2021. And they're just an excellent snack. Comfort food, wonderful comfort food. You don't have to sit and eat the whole bag at once. Set it up and save it for a few days. This will go through several meals if you just snack on it. The last thing we got, last but certainly not least, because you never know when things might turn for the worst, and you hope it never does, but if it does, you need to be prepared for it, is we bought matches. We pick up matches along. I've got several boxes, several packages like this of matches, of the small ones. These matches have 32 in each box, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 to the pack. I also pick up these large kitchen matches right here. There you go. These large kitchen matches, and these have 300 in them. So one of the things I'm going to do in the very near future is I'm going to show you how to make windproof matches out of these. So if you're out and you have to have a fire, and you have to have matches to start your fire, you can have windproof matches that will light a fire for you in an emergency. So that was all of it, and we appreciate you watching today. If you don't care, could you subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the video? Give us a like, share us with your friends on social media, and stop back in and see us again. Everybody have a great day, and God bless you all.